And then I'll say, good afternoon, Jan.
Good morning, Michael.
Yeah, so
How
it
are you
sounds
doing?
like, oh, yeah, keeping quite busy, but yeah, it sounds like you've been keeping busy as well.
Yeah, but it looks getting better now, the situation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that situation is
yeah,
the forest fires and
yeah,
you're helping out with
a
the
lot of
communications via ham
yeah,
radio.
a lot of fires around here. A lot of people evacuated, more than 10,000 people, 27 more than 27 villages. So
Mm,
some people for about a week now evacuated. So yeah, of course, these people are getting stressed. They want to return,
yeah, yeah,
but then police is there for say stop. You're not allowed to return because it's too dangerous.
right, right.
But luckily, I'm at home. Everything is fine,
Hmm.
and it will continue to be so.
Yeah,
But
yeah. My daughter's in Colorado, and uh, they have occasional forest fires
mhm,
near their place. They're usually, up in the mountains, not affecting anybody's property most of the time. But yeah, that does affect their air quality um, when the smoke blows in. But yeah, it sounds like in this case, yeah, this is yeah, populated areas, so there probably is some significant property damage.
um, there are some properties who have been totally damaged, but the problem is it's a very difficult area because mountainous, small roads, small villages. Um, and temperature at this moment is it's record high. It's about 41 degrees Celsius right
Mm,
now. So it's
yeah,
not possible.
that is,
It never happened.
yeah.
But it's for more than a week like this, and then a little bit of wind. So now we are used to fire in the summer.
Hmm.
It does happen. It can be quite bad, but it was never as bad as now, and it's just the beginning of the summer. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
let's see what the rest of the summer has in store for us. It's yeah, it is
mm,
definitely crazy.
yeah. But the good news is 9 out of 10 caused by humans. So
Hmm.
if everybody behaves,
Hmm.
there should be not much fire fire anymore.
Oh, okay. Nine
But
out of ten of the
yeah,
fires were okay. Well,
yeah.
yeah,
But
that at least means it's in our control.
yeah,
Hmm.
but like now also, the government suspects that somebody is making fire willingly.
Oh, oh,
So
okay.
they are looking they are looking for somebody.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Some sick people who make it a hell for everybody.
Hmm.
That's but okay. Artificial intelligence perhaps will help us to find these people.
That's the one thing that we can cling to, right?
Mm,
Yeah, it'll either be that or it will bring on the end. I don't know.
no, for the moment, let's hope it gets the best out of us.
Yes, let's hope so.
Infinite time to do what we like, uh, infinite resources, uh, health forever for a long time.
Hmm.
Perhaps
Yeah,
not for eternity, but
yeah, yeah. I don't want
okay.
eternity, but yeah, the protein folding uh, uh data that what was that um it was originally folded home anyway um uh the medical data that we've gotten out of AI has already extended extended lifespans for people who are going to be able to take advantage of those personalized medications in the future. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, we can hold on to that. And mathematics. We have finally gotten AI to do some novel math and and lead the direction of a proof of one of the Erdős problems. Um,
mm,
so yeah, in the past, yeah, recently, um, it has helped to search the literature to find that somebody had already solved one of these problems. It had helped to structure the arguments, but this was the first time that it came up with a novel direction that
a novel
then,
approach.
yeah, with the help of the of the mathematicians that were using the system, they were able um, to
Mm.
prove one of the Erdish problems. Actually, disprove Erdish's conjecture. It was kind of funny. It's like, oh, it's the opposite of what he said, but that's kind of cool. So yeah, there is
Yeah,
hope.
that happened.
Yeah, and hopefully we are now entering the age not just of personalized medicine, but of personalized software. So in the past, yeah, we've done custom software. So it's an expensive project for an organization, bring in folks like me and uh, and build a custom system for them to run because software as a service wasn't doing what they needed. We need something custom. So custom software has been a thing. But with AI now, we've got personalized software. As in, I need this app right here on my phone. Nobody else in the world needs it. It's not going to be in the App Store. I'm not going to find a software as a service to do it. Um, and so yeah, I can I can vibe code it. I can yeah, just get AI to write some Python, and then I've got the app that I need. Um, but what I am hoping to see is that we are now democratizing that, and it's not just developers who already have Python installed on their machine and who already know how to ask it to use Git, um, but anybody who needs personal software can describe what they need, interact with the system, and get their personal software.
Okay,
So that's what
but
I'm working toward.
yeah, but I still see, for example, a week ago before the fire started, my brother was here,
Hmm.
visited us. He's a lawyer, so he was already used to work a little bit with AI. Then we looked together. He had some problems, and I gave him some hints, um, and that was for him a big step forward. For example, he didn't in his package for lawyers. There was like also an ask mode, an agent mode,
Mm.
but he didn't understand the difference between the two.
Hmm.
Some things were not working. So just these small explanations made him go forward enormously.
Oh, excellent.
He told me, Jan, don't tell anybody else because this is an enormous advantage for me.
Yeah.
I said, no, I won't tell anybody else. Um, but but what I see there, he used to use it professionally every day, but he didn't get further because he doesn't understand how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Um, while in informatics, we go, we give, thank to you, I go a little bit further than he used to, and that helps enormously.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is what I'm seeing right now is that the people who have already self-selected into being software developers, they they love solving the problems. They love bringing tools together and figuring things out and piecing them together. So they love figuring out how things work. And so they've self-selected into that. They're not, of course, not everybody who's like that has become a developer, but that's kind of the um, yeah, kind of the umbrella term I can use here. And that same mindset is what what helps people to be successful with AI. Um, it's like you're given ChatGPT and you can start talking with it, and you're like, okay, it can answer questions, it can search the web, it can put together a research document, uh, but and then you do that and you put it on the shelf, uh, versus people who pick it up and say, well, what are the boundaries? Yeah, what could I do if I got out of ChatGPT? What if I, you know, if I needed um, to analyze and update this legal document that's on my machine? Um, what are the ways that I can bring that expertise in? What are the ways that I can manage those changes? That I can review those changes? And you have to, at the moment, go searching for that. And developers, we're fine with searching for that. Hey, is there an npm package? Is there a NuGet package? Is there the command line tool I can install? Um, but uh, uh, but yeah, just a little nudge can help people to move off of what's just given to them and start to explore and bring tools in.
Yeah, because he was copy pasting legal text
Yeah.
into the AI,
Uh-huh.
while now you just tell it search the whole database, um,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes automatically. So
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm,
And also read the terms of and conditions before you paste a contract into AI. Yeah.
mhm.
You don't want to just say, here's my contract, ChatGPT. Um, yeah, it's like right there. Oh, we're retraining our models based on your data. Is that okay? And you said yes. So don't do that.
You have to be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get an enterprise plan, much more expensive, but then you've got those protections. Or use a different tool that has those protections built in. Probably still going to be more expensive. But yeah, due diligence. Yeah.
I saw a lot of commits coming in from you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, there
It's
is
always
something.
easy if I see somebody working hard.
Hmm. Yeah, there is definitely something I would like to share. Let's see. Wait a minute. That wasn't the right one. Go to that one. There we go. Okay. Um, oh, yeah. And I need to share with you as well. Share this screen. Wait a minute. Entire screen. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Okay. Oh, now it's now it's
It's
there
okay.
we go.
Yeah.
All right. All the nubs are in place. Okay. So, yeah, I've been working on the factual MCP, now rebranded as the Jinaga MCP, putting that the name front and center. So, I want to walk through um, getting it set up here in Cursor because I still have, you can see here with this error, some older version it's installed. So um, I am going to, well, how do you, hmm, yeah, how do you do the uninstall thing? Um, mm, well, maybe I just say not user, but yeah, that just disables it. Um, okay, yeah, Cursor just changed things. So, well, you know what? That's called factual. This one's called Jinaga, so they can actually live side by side. Um, so, and next I will go to my brand new application here. So this is the staging environment. So you can see it's just on Azure containerapps.io. Um, and this is the staging environment. So that's the domain purpose there. Let's go ahead and sign in to the Jinaga MCP. You can sign in with Google or with GitHub so far. When I signed in with GitHub, that's where I set up the admin controls. So now um, as the admin, I've got, well, let me see if I can get back to, wait a minute. Admin home. There we go. That's the page I was looking for. So from here, uh, I can generate invitation codes and share them with people. So I would like to generate an invitation code for you so that you can walk through some of this stuff. But yeah, I can also get a workspace for myself and redeem those invitation codes. Oops, got to work on the navigation on this site. Um, then uh, my requests should have taken me to um, hmm, should have taken me to my actual request list. Um, you know what? Actually, you know what? I didn't make I didn't uh, generate a request for me as an admin. This one right here, I redeemed um, using my Google account. So let me sign in with Google. There we go. So now I've got this workspace ready where I've redeemed that. And this was the page that flashed before. So the workspace is ready. Now we can install it. Um, in the past, I think I have demonstrated Claude Code, but let's try Cursor. So we could copy this and put this into our MCP JSON, or there's this nice little install in cursor button, which I haven't tried yet. Let's see if it works. And that should open cursor. It did not. Okay. Yeah, so how do we get back to the configs in this new thing? There's tools, install MCP server, add custom MCP. Okay, here we go. All right, we'll just paste that in. So I've got, yeah, MCP servers, Jinaga. There we go. So now it should pop.
So now you're on the installer custom MCP server?
Yes. Yes. Now I have to figure out why that link didn't work. But so yeah, here we've got install MCP server. I grabbed the name Jinaga and the URL from there. So install. All right. Where's the list? Why have things changed? And I might just have to switch back to cursor for the rest of the demo. But let's just see. Okay, now it shows up in here. Great. Needs authentication. Perfect. We can shut that down. Well, let's authenticate. And this goes back to the browser. We're going to continue with Google because that's the one that has the um, the workspace all set up. And there we go. We've got our Jinaga tools all available. Excellent. And this also has resources, which describes to the agent how to use Jinaga. So now that it's installed and it is connected to my account, let's go to a brand new. Oh yeah, I'm in the agent window. Okay, so let's go here. Oh, yep, it's finally happened. Grok is now the preferred model in Cursor. Didn't take long.
They don't prefer Composer anymore?
Nope. Grok 4.5 is their new model. I don't know if it was based on Cursor or if it was based on Composer, or if it was based on Grok. Probably based on Grok, but yeah, that's let's try it out. Let's see what it can do. So we've got I've got the Launch Kings app loaded up here, and so so far right now the app that it's running inside of is going to make a difference because I'm going to ask it to load Jinaga applications, which are stored in the Jinaga replicator behind the MCP. So let's load the historical modeling app in Jinaga and list the videos. And so this should use the it should use the MCP. Doesn't look like it is using the MCP yet. Oh, it just opened this in the browser. It says, is this what you mean? That's not what I mean. Okay. Oh my goodness. And then it just navigated to YouTube. Oh, right. Here's the videos. That's not what I mean. So I'm going to stop it. Use the Jinaga MCP. And I did try this with Composer. So So maybe that switch makes a difference. I don't know. The Jinaga MCP is configured as factual at localhost. Oh, wait, no. Okay, it is conflicting. So let's go back to customize MCPs. Let's disable factual.
Meanwhile, I
So,
have some information here about Composer and Grok. So
oh, yeah,
Composer 2.5 is Cursor's own model, trained on the highly capable for agentic coding. And Grok 4.5 is jointly trained by Cursor and SpaceX for long-running coding and knowledge work. And
okay.
so it's Grok is slightly more expensive, but if you take the fast mode of both, 3 to 4 euro for input, 0.5 to $1 for cache, and 15 to $18 for output.
Okay. Yeah, that is at the higher end, more at the Opus level. So,
Yeah, but that's
yeah.
for the fast. So if you go
Yeah.
to the normal, it's input $2 for Grok. It was before 0.5 for Composer. Cache 0.2 for Composer, 0.5 for Grok, and output 2.5 for Composer and $6 for Grok. So the standard mode is still reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, switched it
Ah,
to
that's
normal.
why
Hmm.
it has a remark here. And if you click on it, it said not yet available in the European Union.
Oh,
Grok
interesting.
4.5. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's why it surprises me. Um,
Oh, this is in home MCP servers. It's available from home. Uh, so team MCP servers would be available in my projects. Um, let's just for the sake of this demo, let's switch to home, and then maybe if we da, 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 where's home? There's home. Okay. All right. So now let's see if it can use use Jinaga to open the historical modeling channel app and list the videos. Okay. So now with home, there we go. Um, so it's using the historical. It's yeah. I don't know why the. Oh yeah, I think I do have an idea why the Microsoft logo shows up. Because
mm,
it's looking at the domain and it sees, oh, this is a Microsoft domain. Once I get it moved over to Jinaga.com, it should pick up the Jinaga logo. I've done all the right things to tell it what logo I want, but it seems to be
mhm.
just using the domain. Okay, but yeah, so it was able to find the Jinaga applications. So it ran the Jinaga list Jinaga applications, and that got back a bunch of um, results. So this actually ran yeah, a tool on a control replicator that manages uh, the logged in user, their workspaces, and the applications that are in those workspaces. So this is actually the list of all the applications that I've built, and you can see name null on most of them. Um, but yeah, a lot of testing on this staging environment. One of them, uh, title. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, doing the bug tracker app, doing historical modeling channel as one of the apps. So it listed those applications, and then it called describe application. Um, oh, that wasn't the tool call. Um, here's the tool call. So yeah, pass in the application reference, and then you get back a, a description. Here's the purpose of this application, and it contains some instructions for the agent uh, describing how this application should be used. So here's the list of specifications it can call. So here's the videos and channel specification. So when the user asks for videos in one named channel, you call this. So um, the agent that constructed this application wrote those instructions, and now this agent can just read those instructions and use the application. And so now it makes the tool call, excuse me, to to execute that specification, and it gets back all these results with the various titles. So it just ran a specification, and then it formats the results, and there you go. This was just the 51 videos from the channel, not all of the live streams. Oh yeah, and we have 2 empty channels that we're debugging. But yeah, now you can store data in your own personal database that uses your own personal schema, and so you use you use a model in order to construct that schema, construct that that application, and then you can later use that model to run the application and modify your data. So, would you like to try to build an application?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so for this, I would like to see if we can figure out how to make this a um, how to make this one a team MCP. Yeah, so let's go back here and tools and MCPs. So it's like it's half here and half in customize. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's disable that. Manage this. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is logging me into cursor over here. Since I don't have an enterprise account, uh, this might not be giving me the option that I need. Integrations. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing how to create a custom MCP here at the team level. I don't know.
And at the bottom, configure team MCP servers.
Oh, okay.
You click that.
Yeah. Yeah, that opened a different window. Whoops. What just happened here? Oh, okay. Yeah, popped it in there. All right. Okay, it looks like that opened the same window. Manage and configure both went here. Okay.
Ask ChatGPT. But yeah, it's just a new version, so you will not know.
Yeah. How about let's go to the IDE window that I'm more familiar with, and let's open the code launch application. Yeah, because what I would like to do is basically reproduce the work that I was doing at my client. So I'm actually building a um, a Jinaga app in order to do some realistic work, just to see if that's gonna work. So here we are. Come on, clean everything up. All right. Yeah, not the browser, the chat. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I've got the chat going on, but I also want to um, open up the configuration and see if I can install an MCP server here. So, factual disabled. All right, there we go. We're back to just editing a JSON document. So yeah, this is another place where um, what we are, yeah, what we're currently offering to users is very developer centric. You ask a developer to edit some JSON, it's like, okay, no problem. Can I have YAML instead? I don't know who asks that, but um, yeah, but yeah, a non-developer, like, I don't know what this is. I'm out. So if we come back here, go back to the Jinaga MCP, copy that config. Okay, I'm gonna paste the whole thing down here. That way we can just kind of merge it in. So I don't want factual. I just want Jinaga. There we go. Boom. That should have reloaded it. There we go. Jinaga needs authentication.
Mm.
So we do our connect with Google. And cursor. There we go. So Jinaga is installed. All right. So Jinaga is installed. I am in the context of an application, and most importantly, this application has a skill. If we go up to Claude skills, I've got a skill called Azure DevOps, and so this skill knows how to read um, work items from Azure DevOps if it has a personal access token. Let's just make sure that I've actually set up a personal access token. Don't know that I have. Yeah, so let's make sure. Can you read work items from, I'll just do /Azure DevOps. So it knows specifically that's the skill I'm talking about. And check pat file exists. Yes, okay. Oh, the personal
Expired.
access token is expired. Okay, so secret. Oh, that's right. I put it in the .secrets folder. Yeah, that way I can just keep track of all those things. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, I want to set up the Jinaga application. So create a Jinaga application to help me keep track of work items. I will enter user stories with descriptions and acceptance criteria. And then I will track progress through a series of activities. So leaving that kind of vague, but let's see how much it it builds and how much it asks for information. So the intent is that it asks for um, it asks for example data.
User stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's instructed not to design a whole bunch of structure without knowing specifically what it's going to be put into it.
Mm.
So yeah,
So
there we go.
that's a skill that you have put in.
Those are instructions that are inside of the resources.
Okay.
So So yeah, it looks at the tools that it has available, but then it also reads the resources in the MCP.
Mm,
Yeah, that way. Yeah, I didn't want to make it a skill that you had to also install, but now when you get the MCP, it's got a set of best practices.
mm,
So yeah, one of these best practices is before I invent a schema, I need one concrete example so that we model real work instead of a speculative board.
mm,
So what is a series of activities? So I'll say, yeah, let's use this. Activities include beginning work on the user story, um, creating a pull request, approving that pull request, and deploying it to the production environment. They may also include finding defects on that particular user story and then opening those defects for new work. So um, this is me kind of sneaking in a little bit of my uh, understanding of historical modeling, whereas somebody that was coming to this thinking, "Hey, this is a database," they might think these are the states, and I want to track states
mm,
on the user story. But yeah, those are activities, so they will represent successor facts, and those successor facts might carry new information along with them and lead to additional queries and that sort of thing. So that clarifies the activity model. Story moves through these stages. Um, one more thing before I create the app. Paste one real user story. Okay. So for right now, we will actually paste it. Um, I do want to come back later and and give it access, but for right now, I'm going to go to improvingvisualstudio.com. Doing this on a different screen so that I could get logged in and not flash any of the other projects. And here we are on Launch Kings. Okay. Oops. Boom. All right. So from here, I've got my sprints. So there's a good one. So let's just paste that stuff in. Well, in fact, let me start it with the title and then acceptance criteria. There we go. So now it's got an example to work from, and that's a realistic example. Um, and so we are both using the application and building it at the same time. And yeah, I think that is going to be an important part of the personalized software idea. Um, when you bring a whole bunch of professionals in and they start creating personas um, and user stories and architecture um, and it's like, okay, we've gotten a few sprints in, now we can actually start loading some real data in. They're basically using their experience of these are the sorts of things that work well, um,
mm,
and kind of bootstrapping the process that way. But yeah, as an end user, I need an application to manage this data. You don't have the experience, but you do have the data.
yeah.
So let's just get that data in there, and then the model can see, oh, the data is this shape. So then I'll cross-reference with these resources that tell me about historical modeling best practices, and then um, then I will build the model and load in that data, and then we can try things out.
Mhm,
Let's see, what is it having trouble with? So defines the root types from the story. So I'm curious about this now thing. So it's defining some facts. So we can see the results from that, saying, okay, this last one, yeah, was also okay. Oh, it defined an action called add acceptance criterion. That's nice. So these actions are basically little functions that that create a whole bunch of facts. Okay, so publishing, so the tenant is provisioned and then capturing your story. Okay, so the tool set that it has is similar to a developer using Git, where it can create a scratchpad and define a whole bunch of facts and specifications and actions, just like a developer writing code. And then it publishes that scratchpad in order to create the application. So that's like creating a commit. And then once it's created the application, it can use it. So it's actually hitting the replicator in the back end. So it has entered the story criteria, so it has used execute action in order to do that. So it defined a whole bunch of actions, basically these functions that create facts, and then in order to load the data into it, it executed those actions as if it were a user using that application. All right, so then verifying that the story reads back. So here, it defined specifications in order to run those specifications. So it runs it with query in order to get the results back. So we can see these are the results. So it got back this row with this title, description, and the user story ref is the actual fact. So it's got the fact type and hash, and so that way it can use that that user story for further further work. So made sure that it can read it back. Look at it, looks good. So committing the staged facts. So yeah, that's another thing is that it creates facts in a staging area that's just in memory. And then after it can run those specifications, the specifications in Jinaga go to their upstream and pull facts in from there, and then they run the specification from memory. So if you've loaded additional facts into memory, then they get merged in. And so it used that in order to make sure that the specification works. And then once it works, then it says, okay, these facts were created correctly, so I will commit them. And that's actually what pushes them to the replicator upstream. Okay, so there we go. Okay, it ran into a distribution error. Yep. So security is baked in as well. So that replicator in the back, that enforces authorization and distribution rules. So it runs the security policies. And so while it's building the application, it's also building those security policies. And so, yeah, it looked like it forgot to do the distribution rule. So when it tried to run the specification against the real replicator, yeah, the replicator says, "No, you're not the right kind of person. I can't tell you this." So now we've got. Oh, it looks like it has run into another problem with membership. So this is this is the fact that tells it that it is authorized. And so while it was able to run that specification in memory, it looks like there's a problem with running that against the replicator. Okay, so these are the sorts of problems that that I'm currently working through. Of does it have all the right tools? Are the tools going to work reliably? And does it have all the instructions that it needs in order to get it right the first time? So
to send Murphy back home.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I'm putting Murphy in a box with evals. So I've got a set of evals. These are prompts that that I'm testing against the MCP and a given model. And I said, okay, when the user says this, go nuts. What are you going to do? And it does multiple rounds of calling MCP tools, getting the results, and then it's got an LLM as judge that says, yeah, I'm going to take a look at your final result and see if you pass the test. Right now, my eval baseline is about 60 to 80% for most tasks, so not good enough. But that's what I'm optimizing.
Mm.
So we've added the project, we've added the user story, we've added the activity. Work has begun. Yeah. Okay. So now basically, while I am using Cursor to work on the application, Cursor can also use the Jinaga MCP in order to get me information about these work items. Now, of course, it could also go all the way to Azure DevOps, but Azure DevOps was an application that Microsoft built, and they've got opinions about how that application works. In every project that I've used Azure DevOps, I've also kept information outside of Azure DevOps because I had different opinions about how to run the project. So, for example, the thing that I did for my client is I put together a projection of this upcoming sprint. So, how long is it going to take for each of the work items? Who I think is going to pick it up, and then produce a Gantt chart. Basically, this is how I think things are going to go, and say, oh, critical path is here. Let me see, can somebody else pick this one up? So, so I kind of worked with things in that mindset, and I didn't have to figure out how to store that in Azure DevOps or install an Azure DevOps extension that knew how to do that kind of scheduling. So instead, I just described my scheduling process to Jinaga, and it built the application. So yeah, this is going to be incredibly useful. So all of this means that I should be able to go to a brand new agent and say, well, I should actually be able to say, list the work items in the code launch kings application using Jinaga to access my work tracking application. So that should bring in, oh, Jnaga. Okay, so now it's bringing in the Jinaga MCP.
Corrected automatically.
Yep. Found the work item tracker app. Yep. So this agent that we were just using, this agent over here, should have also created some instructions that tells it precisely how to work. CSV attendee upload with one-time voting activation code. So, so yeah, in a brand new session, it's able to pull back that information. And that is the other awesome feature is that that when I come back here, not that one, but where is that window? I lost my window again. I want, okay, that window. Okay, yeah. When I come back here, I can install the same MCP in different different harnesses, and because I log in as the same user in each of those harnesses to the MCP, I have access to the same data. And so I might go to Claude Desktop and and use use that data in order to produce a PowerPoint presentation. So Cloud Desktop is really great at that because it has access to the Microsoft Office skills. Or I might go to a different a different IDE or an IDE or a CLI based development environment, and want to do some development from there. So this information travels with me wherever wherever I install the MCP. So I am having a really good time with this.
I think it was a lot of work to get that done.
Yes, it certainly was. Certainly
Mm.
was. But I would like to invite you
Mm.
to help me out with this. So I'm going to sign out. I'll grab this and let me turn off. Yeah, turn off the
The
streaming
streaming
for a second.
closes.
Yeah, so now I can. Trying to find. Oh yeah, direct messages. There we go. All right. So there is the URL to the staging server.
Wait, how do I see that message without? Um, Strange. I don't see rules text channel. It must be text channel, I think. View. Um, no, that's on the general. It's perhaps on the book club. No, that's the voice.
Yeah, it should be that very top, the top logo. That's just the Discord, um,
Yeah.
and then it should be
Ah,
direct messages. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I see indeed here. Visit site. Yeah, I'm on the site. So Jinaga MCP. I say sign in,
yeah,
and then I
and
say continue with Google. Yeah.
okay, and then
So,
I can paste the code.
yeah. See what it says. Access information about yes. Sign into Azure Container Apps.io. Continue. You have no workspaces yet. Redeem an invitation code to create one.
Perfect.
So I say redeem to create one. Yeah. Okay. Then I need the invitation code.
Right.
Okay,
So I just
it's
pasted that to
below.
you as well.
Yeah. Let's see. Valid expires 16/7. Create my workspace. So request received workspace ready and then connect a client. So your workspace is ready to connect and cloud code to run in a terminal. Yes. Okay, I'm in, I think.
Okay.
So then here.
Yeah, and you can always get
And
back to those instructions. And in fact, the instructions are
yeah.
the same for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So I can copy in the config file into cursor, and then I
Yes.
should be able to work within cursor.
Yep.
Okay. Uh, let's see if I click install in cursor. The site is trying to open in cursor. I say open. It opens cursor. Um, no, I will have to copy it into the configuration.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. I think I need to. That was just a do the research and then put the the install link
Yeah.
here. Um, yeah, I hadn't actually tested it
Mm.
even on the Mac.
Well, it already opens cursor.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Well, that's
already a
good.
good thing. Good. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna test that out, um, and see what that does.
Excellent.
So,
Yeah, I would love to hear how that works for you.
mhm,
Yeah, it is at this point going to run into lots of little gotchas. And what I'm doing is I'm letting it run into those gotchas, and then at the end of the session saying, "Hey, write up every tool call you made, what problems you ran into, what false starts," and then it just writes a markdown file, and then they bring that back into the MCP project and say, "Hey, let's add
to correct
these to
it.
the evals,
Yeah.
and then make it better."
Okay. And then it corrects itself.
Yeah, then that basically
Mm,
starts the whole engineering process of I have to
mm,
decide is this eval too specific? Because what it usually does is it takes some very specific instructions and it makes that the prompt. And so okay, when I give it all of this, then these are the tool calls I should expect, and these are the results that should happen. And I'm like,
mm,
no user's going to type that. Generalize the prompt and make it smaller. Um, and
mm,
usually then it says like, okay, here's a nice general prompt. Yes, okay, let's run that one. Occasionally I'll go in there and I'll change the prompt and say, okay, run that eval. So, oh, it doesn't work. That's right, but this is what a user's going to
mm.
type.
Yeah. Oh, that's but so if I leave this website, yeah,
Yeah,
the link will be stored
yeah, you can
inside
always
the
click on
yeah,
that link and
yeah,
get right back in there.
yeah. Because once I sign out,
Hmm.
if I sign out, I can get back in.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, just remember that you signed in with Google.
Hmm. Yeah. Next time it might be with GitHub.
Yeah,
If it doesn't create the link between the two.
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it sees them as two completely different
Mm,
identities, which I'm using to my advantage right now. So like I can sign in as
mm,
an admin on GitHub and then a user on Google. Um, but yeah, I think people might want linked accounts. So I'll figure out a secure way to do that. Do the research on
mm.
how other sites link accounts,
Just
because that
don't do
could
it
be a huge
on
hole.
name.
Yeah,
Don't
not a
do it
name.
on name.
And
Okay.
yeah, email not without an actual email bounce. It's
Mm.
like you happen to have a claim from this provider that says your email address is that, and that provider that says your email address is that. I don't trust that. I need to
Because
verify your email before I can
mm,
do that.
because recently I was looking again for that improving session that you did on
Mm,
YouTube,
yeah.
and so I said, go to YouTube, type in. I didn't store the link.
Hmm.
Search for improving Michael,
Oh
but
yeah.
improving is such a okay. Michael Perry, Michael L. Perry,
Uh-huh.
and then you see the amount of people with the same name.
Yeah.
Even Michael L. Perry. There are
Hmm.
people who are painting. There are people who are in the financial sector. No, no, it's the mathematician that I need.
Oh,
But
was
in
that
the
enough
end,
to get to me? Michael L.
I
Perry
don't
mathematician?
remember
Yeah.
whether I, but um,
That would be awesome.
no,
Yeah.
probably if you key in improving enterprises, it will probably find it.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, but
Yeah, it uh, on YouTube, if you just say improving enterprises, it usually brings up a set of videos about improving your business,
mm,
and then the actual improving uh, channel is yeah, I think below the fold right now, but yeah, it does show up in that search, but
it's just such a general
yeah,
company name.
yeah.
Um, it's a very nice name, but a bit general
Hmm.
to find it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and there's a whole story about how we obtained the domain name. So um, yeah, I remember uh, so when we first started, of course, a very small company. This was actually just before I joined, so over 14 years ago, um, that the people who had the improving.com domain came to uh, Improving Enterprises. It was officially called Improving Enterprises at that time, and said, okay, we can sell this to you, for this many thousands of dollars. And we're a small company, we can't afford that right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, time passes, and then we officially change our name to Improving, not Improving Enterprises, and so one step in that is to obtain that domain name. It's no longer a few $1,000s. It's and so I said, okay, this is our brand. We got to do this. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
domain
worked out
name
well.
in the end of 1999 when I started, it was usually available.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
but today, uh, especially if you have a domain name like improving,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. It's not going to be
but
available.
okay. The advantage is if you sell it one day,
Hmm.
it will earn you much more.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Mm,
think the brand has a lot more value than the domain name. So I
mm.
think, and that's because of the work that we've been doing.
As long as you work there.
Yeah, yeah. It's all me, of course.
Good.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for testing that out with me. Yeah. Once everything is looking really good, then I'm actually going to deploy the production environment at app.jinaga.com, and
Mm,
um, and if you do actually have some real work that you want to migrate over to app.jinaga.com, then I can do that in the back end. But most of the stuff that I'm doing, I plan to not migrate over. Um,
mm.
but then
Um,
you could also ask your agent to write all of the information that's in the application to a file, and then you can switch over to reconfigure the MCP to point to app.jinaga.com, and then you know
mm,
build an app and load this information in.
okay.
Oh yeah, you can
Um,
even ask it to show you the scratchpad, and then you get to see all of the Jinaga facts and specifications and everything.
okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting. So if I encounter issues, which I probably will, I just ask him to make a summary of everything and I mail it to you, or
yeah,
which way
yeah.
do
That's
you prefer?
probably yeah, that's probably the best way. So
Mm,
yeah, I think at least for the beta, probably for the actual launch, I will have a Janaga app that is specifically for reporting issues,
mhm,
and then I'll give the MCP instructions for how to use that app specifically if the user asks to report an issue, but never. Yeah, this this is the part that I want to make sure that I get exactly right. It should never just decide on its own. Hey, this is a problem. I need to um, call that endpoint, and then pass a whole bunch of customer data in it. So yeah, definitely want to make sure that I
mm.
gate that somehow.
Okay.
Require user authorization to do that, but I'll figure out a safe way to do that.
Okay. Okay, Michael. Gonna try it out. I will let you know. So for next week, I think next week should be okay. Another person who want to have, yeah, yeah. Next week everything is okay.
Excellent. Yep, I believe that I will be here next week as well.
Mhm. So see you next week then.
Yep, I will see you then.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Yeah,
Bye
thanks,
bye.
Dan. Bye.